Job boards are one of my favorite tools in Dungeons & Dragons. You'll find them in taverns, town squares, and even nailed to the wall of a guild hall. Covered in parchment, they give your players a real sense of what's going on in the city or the region. And here's the big thing. I don't use them for flavor, I use these job boards for two main reasons. First, to hand out side quests, and second, to push the main story forward. Every time my group walks into a new town, the first thing they do is look for a job board. It's become like ritual. They know there'll be something fun or important waiting for them there if there is one. And ahoy! I'm the D&D hunter. I'm not a mind flayer in disguise. Who told you that I was? This is a real mustache. I'm a man, a human man. That'd be really weird if I wasn't, right? Right? I make D&D videos every single week, and this week we go to the busiest taverns to look for some side quests. Throughout this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what job boards are and the purpose of them. I'm going to give you side quest ideas and some flavors that you can use in your own campaign. After that, I'm going to make my own job board from scratch. I'll show you what a physical job board would look like, and I'll give you some ideas of what to place on your job board. You'll be able to see exactly what a physical job board looks like in D&D that you can use in your own Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. It'll be kind of like we're making them together, because I'll show you the exact steps I take when I'm building mine. So, why are quest boards or job boards such a good tool? Well, for starters, they make the world feel more alive. Even if your players don't take every quest, it's just seeing a variety of jobs that makes the city feel more bustling with activity. It's not just sitting around waiting for the adventurers to show up. Second, job boards give the players choice. And choice is powerful. Even if you're secretly hoping they pick a specific quest, letting them debate and point at the board makes them feel like they're in control. It's a small detail that makes them feel more connected to the world. And third, you can balance the tone with them. Want a silly quest? Put one up. Want something more deadly serious? Put one up. Job boards let you mix in comedy, danger, mystery, and plot hooks all in one spot. And finally, they're just fun to physically make. A real corkboard, some parchment paper, thumbtacks, fantasy fonts, and some tea stains or burn mark edges. Suddenly, the prop becomes the centerpiece of the table. Players will literally crowd around it, pointing and arguing about what to pick and what not to. But here's the real trick though. Your players will naturally pick the big and exciting sounding quests, like slaying a dragon or a griffin. So, if you need them to go somewhere specific, you have to hook them in. Let's say I need them to meet, what do I pick? Random thought, a mind flayer NPC at the nearby manor. On the surface, this quest is boring, watching a house overnight. Why would an adventurer care about that? Well, here's how I twist it and get them over here. Most of the board rewards are about 70 gold, but this house-sitting job for one night? It's 1,000 gold. That's the reward. That's way too much money for a simple chore, and that mystery will grab their attention. And they might start to speculate that it's a trap, but that just gets them more excited to venture in to figure out, why is this a trap? Little details like that money reward is where the quest feels off, and it makes the players lean in towards it. So how do you build job boards? I mix three kinds of quests. Flavor quests, which are jobs that make the city feel more alive, even if the players just ignore them completely. Fun side quests, which are smaller adventures with creative hooks. And story quests. These ones tie into the main narrative. I usually aim for 6 to 8 quests on a board, that way it feels more full but not overwhelming. I include things like wanted posters, actual reward quests, and as well as flavors that make the city feel more alive. This is a great chance to make the world feel a lot more livable while also messing directly with your players. You can post wanted posters at the party themselves. Imagine the shock when they realize their faces are staring back at them, the panic as they look around to make sure no one's recognized them or if the guards are starting to head towards them. Maybe the town thinks that they're criminals, or maybe the villain is just spreading false rumors. You can also post missing notice posters of NPCs your party already knows or cares about. A missing merchant, a kidnapped blacksmith, or even an old friend. It immediately pulls them in, because it's not just random, it's personal. They know this person. And here's another trick, you can foreshadow with this. Maybe there's one mysterious figure who keeps appearing across every job board they encounter. Different towns, different cities, but always the same man. Always wanted, but never found. Builds this sense of larger scale of a figure lurking in the background. Similar to the Grey Fox from the game Oblivion, a legendary thief whose wanted poster spreads his name long before you even meet him. Job boards can also hide secrets. Instead of just big parchment sheets, tuck some smaller notes between the jobs. Maybe a clan symbol, maybe scratched into the corner, or a slip of paper with a strange password. Set of coordinates written in code, or you can even go subtle. Maybe one player's name is written under a quest, but only visible if they peel back the parchment board. Details like this make the world feel layered. Makes the players go into a little bit of a more mysterious panic as they're trying to figure out what this means. The board becomes more than just a quest hub, it becomes a puzzle box itself. Alright, before we get into building our own job board, I want to expand on just how versatile this tool really is. Because honestly, there are so many creative ways to use the board beyond just quests for gold. Not every job has to be some epic big adventure. Sometimes the best ones are the silly everyday notices that make your world feel different. Things like help wanted, geese keep escaping from the market square, bring a net. Or something like a local baker is seeking a brave soul to taste 100 new pie recipes. Even something small like seeking a bard for a wedding entertainment, must play the lute. This could be something perfect for the bard or just the party in general can just roll entertainment to see how well they do in this.
String breaks. First drum in.
These little flavor jobs add humor, charm, and immersion. They remind the players that this is a living community, not just a monster hunting simulator. And here's the trick. You can always flip them into something bigger. Maybe the pie is cursed. Maybe all these geese are actually a bunch of druids. Maybe the wedding is for an actual villain that you've heard of.
Speak now, or forever hold your peace.
That goofy job suddenly becomes a whole side quest that feels more important. Another fun twist is to let the players post jobs themselves. Imagine the rogue secretly pinning up a notice to sabotage a rival guild without telling the party. Or maybe the paladin wants to rally followers so they can post mercenaries wanted, join my cause to help Lathander. Suddenly, the board isn't just something they read, it's something they interact with. It becomes a tool for them to shape the world, build more allies, or more enemies as well. And if you let the board stick around, other NPCs can actually respond to those postings in time throughout the sessions. You can get a whole new storylines branching out from just a little slip of piece of paper. One of my favorite things to do is make the board change over time. If the party ignores a quest, maybe they come back a week later to see it's crossed out with a note saying that someone else took the job. Or maybe it's reposted now with a higher reward. Or even something darker. Maybe the notice is gone because the person posted it has disappeared. That quest has become failed and has created a brand new quest. And the board doesn't have to stay neutral either. Maybe a thieves guild takes control of it and every quest is suddenly shady. Or a rival adventuring party keeps snatching the best jobs first. The board itself becomes part of the story. You can even take it a step further, where the board itself is suspicious. Who's actually putting up these notices? Why do they all seem perfectly tailored to the players? Is someone watching them? Someone using this board to manipulate them? This could be the perfect way to reveal a secret patron, or an underground spy network, or maybe even a magical entity that's creating these jobs across the land.
Don't forget the traveler.
Turns out, the simple prop is a deeper mystery. And that's the beauty of it. A job board can start simple, but it can grow into something that shapes the whole campaign through humor, through competition, through secrets, and even through mystery. Alright, with that in mind, let's actually create one together from scratch. Let's see what kind of jobs we can throw into this. My players are about to visit an elven city hidden in the woods. It's called the Falinglow Forest. The whole place glows with autumn colors, and most of the buildings sit atop trees. This city is lawful, it's elegant, it's ancient. But even here, the people still need help. So I'm going to fill this job board with 6 to 8 quests, each with a different purpose. Quest number 1, the flavor hook. The first quest isn't for the party at all. It's just to make the city feel, like I said, more alive. This one mentions a missing item tied to a local family known as the Dawnbringers. That name happens to match the last name of one of my players. I also name dropped the name Eris. This is the mother of a different player's character. So even though it's not a quest that they'll necessarily take, it'll spark interest because it's connected to 2 different backstories. They might realize this right away, stop and point and say, wait a minute, that's connected to us. And that reaction is the point of this quest here. Quest 2, a fun side quest. Next up, let's do something light. A Fey hole is opened in the woods, leaking creatures from the Feywild. This reward is small, but the adventure promises a fun and quirky encounters, the kind of job that adds humor and color to the campaign. This is something that I, as a dungeon master, would just have a lot of fun improvising these different sort of Feywild creatures, talking and making jokes with the players as they close up their hole. Quest 3. That was not supposed to happen. oh well, I guess. Makes it more mysterious. An NPC hook. This one searches for a missing artificer. Maybe one of my players is an artificer. They're not. It would make it personal if they were, though. Maybe you could use this quest here. They'll still want to investigate it despite not having an artificer in the party because it's unusual. Either way, this will lead to some quirky artificer NPCs and my main reoccurring vampire is an artificer who will be at this quest here. I talked about this vampire in detail in my side quest video, which you can watch in the link in my bio here, but he's an artificer that's always on the move building things, and he's definitely evil. He's not a good person at all. My party hates him, but he's always popping up and getting away at the very end. Maybe this time they'll actually catch him, or he'll escape and do other vampire things like, what do vampires do? Baseball, right? Something like that, I don't know.
Okay, now I see why you need the thunder.
Quest 4, The Mystery. This one is vague. A lost toad. No details, no city crest either. It's the only job on this board that doesn't have this crest in the corner. If they ask about it, nobody knows what they're talking about. It's a breadcrumb to something stranger, and it only gets weirder if they chase it. Maybe the woman who signed this quest doesn't actually exist, which begs the question, who did post this quest? If the party does find this toad, what does that mean for them? What is this toad? Is it magical or is it just a regular frog? That's for us to build together. Quest 5, a world building event. This is something political, an upcoming debate about elven policy connected to the country of Joplin, which is the country that this campaign takes place in. Most of the players will ignore this, and I expect them to. This is something I'm just putting on the board that shows that the city interacts with the wider world. It's a detail that helps make the setting feel a lot bigger to the party. It's not necessarily a job per se. If they want, they can go to this event and listen in, but they don't have to. I'm not expecting them to. Like I said, this is just a flavor parchment. Quest 6, the story hook. Finally, this is the quest I need them to follow. This one's a plea for help from a woman named Lorian. She talks about destroying spirals, these evil beacons that the party just discovered recently, and they're doing research on it right now. The fact that this quest name drops the spirals will already have them interested. But here's the kicker. Lorian is the name of one of my players' long-lost sisters, sister that they assume to be gone forever. This ties both into the main quest and a personal backstory. They're gonna chase this one, no question. It just depends on when. My party came to this elven city to meet a specific NPC, so this quest here is for them to kind of do afterwards. It creates another main quest opportunity, so then by the time they're done meeting with this NPC, they're not standing around saying, okay, now what do we do? Because this is what they do next. And there you have it. A mix of filler, flavor, side quests, mysteries, politics, and story hooks. The end result is a job board that feels real. I added a few more quests here just to make the job feel a bit more real, a bit more full, but I'm not expecting them to do the ones I added here that I didn't mention in this video. It's just to make the job board look a lot cooler. When my party walks into the tavern, they'll gather around it, point at quests, and argue about what to take on. That little moment of them debating, that's gold for me. It means the job board is doing its, well, job. So if you've never used a job board before, try it out. It's one of the simplest but most powerful tools for a dungeon master. If you want to get fancy, make a physical board. Trust me, your players will love it a lot more than you just reading the quests out loud, which is still fine, but, you know, it's cool to build one too. That's all for this week's video. Let me know if you used quest boards before, and if you're planning on doing it now. And if you like some of these quest ideas, I would love for you to use them. Let me know if you are, that'd be really cool. Check out my other videos here that are similar to this one. I've got ones on other maps you can build in D&D, ID cards you can have in D&D, and props, which is where this quest board was first mentioned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I've got a lot of homebrew ideas and Dungeon Master advice coming soon here, as well as player advice. And reminder, I'm not a mind flayer, I'm a human man. I just look a little different, that's okay. I'm very new to the D&D YouTube community. I've actually been doing this for 2 months now, so hey, happy 2-month anniversary, I guess. I've loved making these videos. I have a lot more in the works coming out to you every single week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.